Found this clip, pretty interesting clip by Rob O'Neill talking about some of the stuff that's going on here. Take a listen.
I was talking about the veteran stuff too. I'm not going to mention these ass blaster veterans podcasts that have been out there talking shit about every veteran who's actually done something after the military. I don't mean actually done something, but have done stuff that has gotten some veterans into the spotlight, into the limelight, myself included, and they tried to make livings off of themselves by bashing other people. Because it's kind of weird when people just talk about what other people did and how bad they are, as opposed to saying what you did. And that's very shady with your records and what you've done. And I'll tell you this, as someone who's been in the spotlight for a while now too, if you're going to try to get famous and try to get clicks and do your little dances and sit around with your fucking retard friends that wear sunglasses in studio, shit like that, smoking cigars and drinking, better fucking make sure your house is clean. You better make sure your history is correct before you start fucking with other people, because there's a podcast out there, I don't know if you know it, just disbanded. You've probably heard a little bit. You've probably heard a little bit. If you do a little digging, and you probably know who I'm talking about. They're going away a little bit. But that house of cards is coming the fuck down. And I'm not saying why. Just it seems like some stuff was found. I'm not saying who found it. I'm saying some stuff was found. I might be hinting there's a shitload more stuff out there too. That right now they're just kind of keying on one member. Be careful who you fuck with. Be careful with when dealing with people who have been in this light before. You know, it's that cute little fucking rug you have under your cute little feet, or you're probably the type of guy who still wears combat boots with his jeans. It might get pulled out from under you too, and you know who I'm talking about. And I hope you're fucking listening. And it's not just podcasts; it's other YouTubers, you famous little fuckers that started your war well after the rest of us killed the terrorists. Yeah, I mean, you got time. You got time.
Now let's talk about why this takes place. Let's talk about why this division and why all this drama is taking place. So the number one thing that I need you guys to know is just the recruitment process, right? So recruiting for a special forces operator is a very unique process, right? Like the recruiters and the psych and everybody that goes out and find all these individuals, they're looking for a certain type of person, right? They're looking for a mold. They're looking for one individual out of a million, right? Because if you think about it, only 1% of the population joins the military. And out of that 1%, only 1% of that population joins special operations, right? So they're looking for that one person that's damaged, one person that has trauma, one person that has a chip on his shoulder. There's a profile that they're looking for. So once you find that person, you add a bunch of different tools to his tool bag to create like this Jason Bourne type of individual and making them into this weapon that you can use downrange to do whatever. And all of a sudden, this person is no longer engaged. This person is out. But that person is still this damaged individual that you got from the very beginning, only now he's equipped with more tools, right? Now, this unique person is not normal, right? And you put a bunch of us together and we're going to crash, right? We are going to get on each other's nerves. While we were serving, we got along because we had to accomplish a goal. We had a common task that needed to be dealt with. But now that we're going our separate ways, doesn't change the fact that we are still those egotistical individuals that are just freaking getting after it. These menace to societies, these dirtbags, these monsters. We're still those people, right? And if opportunity exists for us to clash and get on each other's nerves and fight, we will. And you just are privy to that because now you're seeing it play out on social media. But what you're seeing is normal behavior. Another reason, and I truly believe this has a lot to do with it, why you're seeing all this drama unfolding on social media, is because of idle hands. Right now, I remember when I was a group, like we went, 2 years without any deployments, and the amount of guys that were getting in trouble was ridiculous. I'm talking about guys going out drinking, getting DUIs, crashing their trucks and getting into car accidents, beating up freaking police officers and running and hiding in bushes, just doing dumb stuff, man. Guys going out and, cheating on their spouses, beating their kids, and just creating havoc back around the Fort Bragg area. That took place. And it's because idle hands. You figure you can recruit these monsters, these individuals to do a specific job, and now they can't do that job, right? What do you expect them to do? Now that they can't do that job, now that they're not immersed in chaos, they're going to go and create their own chaos, create their own havoc in order to keep themselves sane. As messed up as that may sound, chaos and havoc is what we thrive in, right? So when it's nice and quiet and there's nothing going on, we go out and we create that chaos. And when idle hands, there's a saying out there, idle hands, or the devil's playground, like we're going to find dumb stuff to do. It's no different than now. Guys are retired. They don't have a mission. They don't have a purpose anymore. They're on social media. They're idle. Now they're stirring up bullshit. They're stirring up crap to try to keep themselves entertained. I think that's a strong reason why all that stuff's going on. Another reason why I think all this drama and all this nonsense is going on right now is because of ego, man. Man, if you have an ego and you don't know how to check it, you're going to end up destroying yourself, right? An individual with a big ego that doesn't know how to check it, that's going to lead you to your downfall. I've seen it happen over and over again. You have a big ego, you think you're hot stuff, when in reality, you're not. When the big hot stuff shows up, your way of attacking him is by throwing slur at him just so you can showcase you're better or that you're a better individual than he is, when in reality, you're not. It's just your ego getting out of hand because you don't know how to check it, right? So I think that's another reason, guys. The ego is a big thing that affects a lot of guys, and that leads to all this drama that you guys are seeing right now. Something else that I think contributes to this, guys, and it sucks to say because I've been in that camp also, is jealousy. A lot of these guys are just jealous of the other person that they're attacking, right? Because at the end of the day, if you served in the military tells you that, hey, you are honorable. This is what an honorable person should be. This is what an honorable person should look like. You should have integrity, right? You are the moral compass for the world. You're an American soldier. You're this, you're that, right? And then you believe it. You eat that shit up like it's freaking cake. And throughout your time in service, you hear all the rumors about what X, Y, and Z person is doing, and you don't see them as being an honorable person. You don't see them as having integrity. And now you're out here and you're like, man, I have all this honor. I have all this integrity. I'm this person, yet I don't get all the fame and all the, accolades that come with that. But this person over here, he doesn't have any integrity. That's where we get ourselves in trouble, right? Because according to your standard, that person is not honorable. That person should do X, Y, and Z. He should look a certain way. He should say a certain thing. And since he's not doing it, you see it as being not honorable. And now you're attacking him thinking that that's the honorable thing to do, when in reality, it's not. There's a saying out there that people from afar can't tell who's the fool when two people are arguing, right? So when two people on social media arguing back and forth, you can't, from the outside looking in, you can't tell who's the fool, right? And I think that's exactly what's going on, and why all this shit started taking place is we see ourselves as being honorable, when in reality, we're not. We, as Special Forces operators, are not honorable, right? We've done some shit for God and country to where if some of that shit was disclosed, most of us will be locked up. That's just the reality of it, right? But yet, we're quick to judge other people when we know for a fact that our house is just as messed up. And we're seeing some of this stuff unraveling. And if it wasn't for jealousy, none of it would be going on right now. All right, jealousy and envy, guys, I couple those together because it's a dangerous, dangerous place to be. It's a dangerous, dangerous drug to take. Because as you start seeing people that are more successful than you are, you're going to start beating your chest and say, I'm this guy. I'm this honorable person. I'm this, big badass that's done X, Y, and Z. But yet this person is gaining more fame. Let me tell the world. Let me tell YouTube how unhonorable this person is, how this person doesn't have any integrity, and that they shouldn't be getting all this fame. Let me destroy them. Let me do this because I want to show the world that I'm more honorable and have more integrity than that person, when in reality, you're not. So that's another place where all this stuff comes from. And why is all this stuff important, guys? Why is all this crap that's going on right now doing more harm than good? I get it. I was there once. I used to do that under the umbrella of, oh, I'm just educating the younger generation and I'm just showing soft guys, future soft guys, what right looks like. But we've gotten to a place where all this is doing now is hurting the soft community, because it shows our true nature, right? It shows what we're really made of. It shows that at the end of the day, we're just regular people, regular human beings, starving for attention because we're out here bickering and fighting to get views. That's what it showcases, right? It shows that, hey, we're not these superhumans that everybody think we are. We are just human beings who are bickering and arguing at each other because we think we're better than they are. That's what it showcases, right? And all it's doing to the young men and women now is showing that, hey, if you don't like somebody that is more successful than you, you have the ability to start talking shit about them and tear them down. That's what it's turned into. That's what it is now. And all that's doing, guys, to be honest with you guys, is it's destroying the community, right? It's showing civilians that the people that they held to such a high standards are just fucking little crybabies that get on social media and cry about shit, right? And throw dirt on their brothers in arms and show that no loyalty exists, right? That's what it showcased. And at the end of the day, when young men sees that, why would they want to join that community? So it's actually hurting us more than you think it's supposed to be helping us. It's actually hurting a lot more, because recruiting now is starting to look like shit. It's already in the gutter, but now that all this drama is unfolding, why would anybody want to be in this community after everything that you guys have started, after the shitstorm, right? It's actually hurting recruiting. At the end of the day, if we really wanted to fix things, if we really wanted to make it better, instead of jumping online and putting out dudes' information, whether it's Tim Kennedy, whether it's John Shrek McPhee, whether it's Rob O'Neill, as A-type personalities, as men that are honorable, that have integrity, that aren't afraid to have tough conversation, instead of doing that, instead of releasing John McPhee's entire life, what should have happened was a text message or a phone call, right? That's how that should have been handled. Hey, John, I just got all this filed. Can we talk about it? And John would have been like, why the fuck is that any of your business? That's how that would have went down. But instead of doing the honorable thing, the thing of people with integrity would do, instead it's, hey, look at this person's fault. He doesn't deserve all the fame and accolades because he's not honorable. That's what took place, right? So most of this drama, most of this stuff that's going on, again, if you have an issue with somebody, phone call. Hey, this is what's going on. I got all of this. Just a heads up, right? But again, that's not what's going on. That's why all the drama that's going on right now, guys, that's why it's bad for business. That's how it should be done. Because at the end of the day, all the thing that's going on right now is doing more harm than good. All right, let me know what you think about all this craziness, man. I just wanted to hit on division real quick within the military vet space, because it's something that's been going on, and it's to the point now, based on what I've heard, word on the street is that it's actually hurting recruiting, right? And I understand, I can see that, because drama is never good for anything.